We did it, y'all. Woo! Woo! Honey, we out. We free, baby. We freedom, freedom. I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Child, I don't know if we should be darn gonna talk about freedom just yet because, honey, we finally about to be in the show enough production, baby. On the front line. Oh, on the front line. If y'all ain't been following me thus far, I know y'all like this bitch is crazy if you just watching it from this point here. But if y'all been following my Amazon series, I have been in training for the Amazon Flex Agent role now for 5 weeks. And this week was my graduation, honey. It was my graduation day today. So I have graduated out of training. And I'm among the first Flex Agents that start the shift come Sunday. And it's been a very interesting week, to say the least. My final week, I already went into it knowing we was going to be mostly on phone calls. Although we had a couple curveballs thrown our way, honey. More curveballs than I care to have dealt with. So let's get into it. Y'all really getting like a 3 for 100. We getting unexpected shit. We getting darn going more in-depth experiences with the phone calls. And then Sugar Honey Iced Tea hit the fan again at the end of the week. Because we had shift bid for the second time. And I know y'all like, wait a minute now, Diva, I know you lying. How the hell you got shift bid again and you still, y'all just got out of training? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Before we get into the shift bid though, let's get into how my week went. So we started out with... And once again, once I realized the dynamics of the fact that the person who is the teacher, this was his first time temporary hire on position. He's younger than me and everything else. I said, okay, I'm not going to take it to heart that he keeps darn going to overlooking my shit, honey. Because Lord knows what happened later on, honey, it balanced out. Because I was like, I can't never get my damn question answered in the darn gone training. I don't even really ask shit. But I'm the one that's getting all the damn phone calls that you can't look up in the darn going article thing. And once again, I don't even know if I'm legally able to say the actual thing that we search. So once again, non-disclosures and stuff, I have to, be vague on that. But we have, every darn gonna work from home center. We're not expecting to know the knowledge on the top of our head. We search the stuff up and we darn going, walk the people through the steps, or we have to do a certain protocol for whatever's happening with the customer's account, whether it's a password reset, advanced reset where we got to escalate it to another agent for they can't, verify the email. They got an old email or phone number that they don't have access to, so we can't send the password reset to. What the hell have I dealt with today? I've dealt with darn going a few foreign customers from the UK. I've dealt with, I got my first Canada customer. I was ready to get my darn on French speaking on, baby. But, honey, it was an English speaking darn going Canadian. I was like, oh, I was going to get fancy on them, honey. I was like, let me go ahead and bring out these darn going French speaking chops on that ass. But, nope. Maybe someday, but was not today. I didn't do no French speaking today, so, okay. But this is where stuff started getting irritating for me. Is when it was time for transfers. And they're not holding us accountable for our transfer rates being higher than what's supposed to be the average and stuff like that. Hell, we in training. We can't get no darn going timely response in our darn going team rooms and stuff like that. So it's like, honey, we escalate to our darn going, other transfers, this, that, and third. Now, this is the problem. This darn going system that they use, you can't type in, like they got abbreviations for certain stuff, and certain stuff got to be typed in exactly how it is. So I'm trying to get to Canada Retail. I'm thinking common sense, if I put in Canada Retail, it ding, 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 it would come up, right? No! You got to type in the C, the A, and then darn going, CA Retail. I was like, okay, that's simple enough. Just abbreviation. Honey, I'm typing in CA Retail. Ain't nothing coming up. I darn gonna pull up the policy, right? Ain't nothing coming up. Now, this is after I escalated the issue and, you know, said, hey, I need help with this track. And they darn gonna point me to the policy. Now, that's that shit I'm not liking. It's like, now, at this point in the game, I know what the policy is. Now, I can understand early on when I wasn't as strong with knowing how to pull up the policies, because their articles are not as easy to darn go and decipher as some other jobs that I work with. It's a whole lot of gibberish and other stuff. Like, y'all got to be in the company to really see it. And I wish they'd give me some permission to really start saying the certain names of the stuff where it would make more sense. But it's not as simple as just pulling up an article, because it's an article, it's a policy, it's another word for something else, and it be giving you a whole lot of extra information of stuff in scenarios that does not apply to your particular situation. Now, also, when it comes to transfers, it does not give you a direct phone number. It just gives you, okay, you click on the button and ding, 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 you automatically transferring on over. And you briefing the other person on the other line, say, hello, I'm the one from Amazon I'm not, of course, I'm a little bit more professional with the speaking. I got a customer on the other line, such and such and such and such. This is their issue, da 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 da. This is the account number, this is the order number, this is the problem that they having with said order, da 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 da. This is what I did on my research, could not do it, would not let me override it. Person has such and such thing, prevent me from doing this. Hence why I have to transfer to you. So as I briefed them in, darn gonna do all that within like 2 minutes. We warm transfer the customer on over, and then I slide myself on out. But this particular day, it took me darn going 20 minutes to transfer somebody over. What's supposed to be easily 4 minutes, 5 minutes at the most, and that's a lot of me just verifying the account. Because everybody who comes up who's not automatically authenticated, I go ahead and ask for your house number, your zip code, and your email address to pull up your account information. If not by email, we go ahead and pull up by phone number. If you're new and, you know, we have some issues going on with your order, I can pull it up by the order number. So, it's a many different ways we can pull up the people's accounts and stuff. So, as this week has gone on, I have assisted with concession refunds for high dollar items, for low items. Matter of fact, somebody called in today because she was afraid that, you know, she didn't want Amazon thinking she was being dishonest intentionally about a $2 order for some tomatoes. Because we also have the Amazon Fresh as well. She got refunded because she thought the tomatoes wasn't in the bag, so they refunded her $2 and some odd cents. Turns out she later on found the darn on tomatoes, and she was honest enough to call in. Now, it's extremely rare for somebody to call in trying to give back some money. We got policies and stuff in regards to how to, you know, dealing with retro charges, where if you didn't return a said product in time for a refund, you got charged back that product. We got policies for people who are accidentally double charged. We got policies for people who was undercharged. We got people who just need the shipping costs reimbursed to them because the shipping came late, but they are Amazon Prime customer. They gonna have a guaranteed delivery date of 2 days, but the product didn't come till a week later. So we gonna gave them an extra promo or a gift card balance on the card. We got policies for all this, but honey, nobody had no policy set up for somebody being honest enough to ask about, you know, okay, I want to give the $2 some cent back. Not no $200, not no $400, but $2. Child boo. Darn, I reached out to management. Took them 4 minutes to respond for them to tell me, honey, just tell them they can keep it. And the darn thing is, I don't even think I disclosed the price. Like, now, what if this person had a $200 product or something? You want to tell them to keep the $200? But once again, this was $2, so it wasn't no sweat. And matter of fact, I did give them the order, so they probably already peeked into the account and seen that, you know, it was a little bit of just $2. So it is what it is. And then some of them do darn our trainers do have the ability to jump in on the phone calls, which they was doing not too often with me, honey. They was jumping in on everybody else's phone calls. But I was like, hell, I'm the one getting the unique situation. Y'all need to be jumping in on my calls a little bit more, honey. Y'all talking about y'all jumping in on everybody else hour-long calls. Honey, now I'd be stuck. But then came another situation, honey. Oh, Latina chick who works from home. It started off good because at first, we had, we were building up a connection and everything else. And, as I'm searching her problem, she's mentioning she worked from home too. She understands. But, honey, even with working from home, ain't nobody up for waiting on hold for a half hour. Now, the policy is we check in every 2 minutes, which I was doing for the most part. Then it got to a point where I had a nervous breakdown with nobody responding to me. I couldn't escalate the situation. Honey, I escalated to the first point. They said, this person got to go to this department. And then I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get her to darn go. Because the problem is she had so many refunds. There was a cap banner on her account. So whenever so many refunds have been processed by somebody overly returning products, and I didn't pay attention to it the first time, it gives a cap banner. Or if it can, and you can also have a cap banner on your account unbeknownst to you without asking. If you have somebody who forcefully put promos without you asking, that can unintentionally put a banner on your account where you got the darn gonna go to concessions abuse for any order requires regarding the refund, even if your refund is legitimate. So in this case, this person had shattered glass. She had 2 vases. One was perfect. The other one darn gone shattered. She darn gone disposed of it. She was inquiring about this. She need to bag. They was thinking about first bagging it up, but she got blood on the vase. She was thinking about, she couldn't return it because of the blood. I told her, well, even if it didn't have no blood, you couldn't return it anyways. We don't accept hazardous materials. No leakage, no battery leakage, no swelling batteries, no produce of any kind. Now we can, supplement powders and stuff that can be returned. Vitamins and stuff can be returned. But like produce like milk, tomatoes, stuff like that, perishable items, we cannot accept back. And also shattered glass. Any products that's shattered that can be hazardous, we cannot accept back anyways. She said that she got an email talking about proof. I'm seeing that the product's fulfilled by another person, but it's sold by another person, but fulfilled by us. So I'm thinking in that situation, I should have the range to issue a refund. It's only when the product's third party where we got to reach out to the seller, and I sent a message on behalf of the customer asking about an inquiry for a refund. What is the steps of her having to send the product back if applicable, which in this case would not have been, because once again the product is shattered. She can't send it back. What do we do with regards to a refund? But by this being an Amazon fulfilled product, I'm thinking this is an open and closed case. I'm thinking, okay, let me go ahead and go through the steps and darn gonna process the refund. Oh, all my options are grayed out, honey. So I go to the out of policy, darn going exceptions refund. I'm going through it. I'm getting blocked. So of course, I reach out to my darn gone trainer. They told me go ahead and escalate to this department. They telling me that, she got a darn gone concessions abuse. You need to darn gone transfer to the concession abuse. So now I'm getting to bounce around. Now at this point, 15 minutes done pass by between all this. And I done in cases like that, I try my best to keep the customer off a hold, because we are mentioned by our hold times and stuff, and nobody don't want to perpetually be put on hold for such a long time. But in this situation, I'm darn gone stressed out. And, once again, I'm not getting no steady help. And they keep referring me to a policy to say this is how you transfer. And I'm trying to tell these folks, it's not coming up. I'm looking at the policy and I am typing it in exactly how it is, and it's not coming up. Even the same thing happened for the Canadian customer. I end up accidentally calling the wrong Canadian department. They said they can't help you. I'm in this department. So I had to darn gonna call again. Matter of fact, every time these transfers happen, is a ding against my metrics. Thank God I'm brand new and they don't really view our metrics like that. But anyways, it's like the stress of it all. The Canada retail is under Canada primary. But in the darn on article, it's stating to pull up Canada retail. So I'm like, I'm typing it in exactly how the policy is telling me. But on the transfer call, the outbound, it's under Canada primary. How the hell I supposed to know Canada primary is darn on Canada damn retail? It doesn't state that in the darn policy thing, nor does it state it in the nor did my team manager state it like that. So it's like, I wish they would come out with a series of transfer numbers so we can have in our emails, because, you know, we can't have no papers and stuff beside us for security risks and stuff, because, you know, you don't want to be jotting down customers' information. That's a security hazard. That's a fireable offense too. So it's like, you can have the notepad on the desktop, you can have your email and stuff, so you can save the email of the transfer list and they're gonna copy and paste in the numbers. That's what I would love to do, because it actually has a number bar to, you know, to type in the number directly. But it's like, we don't know no damn transfer numbers. Everything else just has the name underneath it. You click it and it just automatically transfer you. It don't show you the number at all. And that's a problem, because it's like the options are limited. And it's like, if I just had the number to the Canada retail from the get-go, that could have saved like easily 7 minutes. And with this person, it would have saved them over 20-some minutes from having to be on the phone. I ended up getting a response from my manager 5 minutes after sending another message. They said, okay, you got to darn gonna pull up this form instead. You got to fill it out, and somebody will reach back out to them within 48 hours. I was like, oh my God. By the time I get back with her, she was pissed off, rightfully so. She was end up on hold for, now she put 20 on 10. She wasn't on hold for no 40-some minutes. I was on the phone with her in and out. Now she waited about 40-some minutes, but she was only on hold for like 20 minutes. But understandably, she was on hold alone, because that second hold, honey, I did have her on hold for 10 minutes. And I was just cussing up a storm, which is going to bite me in the ass once I tell y'all that they really listening on our shit when we not muted. The customer was on mute, but my mic wasn't on mute. So whoever was darn on monitoring the call, they heard all my damn frustration, child. But the people who needed to hear my frustration wasn't the ones that heard my frustration, because, like I said, every now and again, the teacher supposed to be in on your calls every now and again, but nobody wasn't in on my calls, or they would have darn going came to the rescue. But understandably, they stretched in. It's 2 teachers to darn on 30-some students, so I don't expect for them to be there all the time. But it's like, in this case, I was in danger. I was darn on sinking, and I didn't have a darn on life rope to save my ass. So yeah, those were the stressful calls of the week. She made a note to tell me that I better annotate that shit. Her ass waited on. So I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and annotate. Then the next call was easy. I dealt with some discrimination this week as well. Somebody wanted to clock a bitch T on the motherfucking phone, wanted to talk about sir. And then I said, hey, it's ma'am. You know, my voice is just natural. Okay, dude. I was like, oh, see. And once again, it had to be one of us. Now, let me get on y'all black bitches on the dark. I can say all the shit I want to on my channel. They can't control my response on this damn channel. Especially if I keep your names private. But let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. Don't get ratchet on here. Especially if you have a refund issue where it's at my discretion about how much your promo is. Now, if you have an inconvenience that require extra promo, it's at my motherfucking discretion how much I want to give you. So when you give me all that energy, wanting to be disrespectful, talking about sir, dude, and all that, putting emphasis on it with your black ass, and it's like, okay. And this person had an issue with their Fire Stick. Trying to set up his account on somebody else darn on Fire Stick for them to darn on get the benefits. So pretty much being a cheap ass. It was like, okay, the person can't afford their own darn going services, and y'all want to split services amongst multiple darn on accounts. Okay. You want to split your account amongst multiple people in different households. Technically, that's not allowed. But, you know, I didn't go there because, honey, I'm not the Fire Stick department. I'm just the general retail. So I'm telling them I got to darn on transfer him over to darn going to the fire stick department. Once again, this is where the transfers go left. He couldn't verify his account because he was speaking too fast for one. And then after the third failed attempt, because we got that typing in exactly how it is. And then it's redundant because if somebody says Gmail, 9 times out of 10 they mean gmail.com. But for security purposes, we actually have to hear them say the .com, and we have to emphasize what's that in person? Is it .com, .net, .commercial? And technically we don't even supposed to give hints. But I think if you give every single option of what the end handle can be, that's not considered giving out a hint. Like, if somebody has a name on the account that's different, and if you try to say it starts with the J, that's a violation of code. You can't give out no hints of what it is. You just got to let them keep guessing, and then as soon as they say the right thing, you can say, okay, that's the correct one. He wasn't getting me the email right. I darn gone had him repeat it slowly. I typed it in. I told him no. He was giving me the third degree. I told him to try to pull up his Amazon account to tell me how the email was exactly how it is on the darn going as it is per on the Amazon. Oh, I can't pull up my account right now. I'm at somebody else's house, this, that, and another. I don't got time to be lollygagging with you on the phone. I said, ooh, okay, motherfucking Reverend low down. Shout out to Jasmine Divine with that darn going card to me. I was like, oh, we got a old real life motherfucker Reverend Lowdown on the phone, want to get sassy with you, girl. Okay. So I tried to transfer over to the darn on fire stick department. They rejected the call. They said, we can't accept this until it darn going until the account's authenticated. So I dropped the call from them. Got back with him, told him what they said. Oh, you lying, and I know it because you spoke. I spoke with them before. I said, yeah, you might have spoke. I said it in my professional voice. Well, that's providing that if you contacted them directly, but since you went through retail first, it is policy that we got to authenticate the accounts first. Or you had your information the first time and it was authenticated, and then you got transferred over. But I can assure you, you did not get transferred over without your account being authenticated. He darn gonna flat out accused me of being a liar, and that's probably one of the darn going no responses that I got on my darn going customer response rates. It is what it is. I think in situations like that, I wish they would modify how customers' responses affect our darn on metrics, because our metrics affects in the future who has first dibs on the employee schedule and everything else. And it's like, if we get an unfair nose on our account for stuff that's outside of our control, such as authentication and darn going invalid transfers due to no fault of our own, I don't think that should be held against us for stuff that's literally outside of our control. So yeah, I don't like that shit at all. We finally get to darn on Friday. Oh, another thing. Now my trainer told me that because there's cases that I'm starting to get where people are getting a refund back to their Amazon balance, but they wanted it back to their original payment method. It's supposed to be a simple process where I go into the refunds tab and I'm able to reverse it. It's supposed to be an option where I can click on return to original payment method to take the balance out of your gift balance and to darn on put it onto the original payment method. Wasn't there for me. My darn going trainer ended up graciously doing it for me for a customer who had 4 chairs that they returned that total $400 some. But I didn't learn how to actually go about doing that. And once again, there's not a policy for that. We was not even taught how to. So that's why I meant, like, I wish they would darn going somehow get clearance to darn going have us listen in and see live calls on a screen share. Not the generic ones that we supposed to get, because when they show us the trainers and stuff, they giving us the simple shit. The password reset, guiding customers through a purchase, what to do if a customer receives multiple packages not in their name, but they don't tell us the complex situations, like what happens when a person calls from the business department and they don't got the verified credentials pulling up on their account, but they are showing me they are indeed verified and they have proof that they are an Amazon business. I'm not able to successfully transfer over to the Amazon business department because it's not pulling up authenticating on my page. Like, what do you do in that type of situation? What do you do when it's not allowing you to switch the refund from the gift balance on the Amazon account back to the original payment method? Like, what do you do in that situation without having to escalate to transfer? Those are questions I need answered. Just a darn gone mess, y'all. A hot darn gone mess. And then it's like, even with the darn gone issuing of the codes, once again, my darn gone new person, now that we are out of training, my darn gone team manager is hella cool, fella sister. I'm going to ask her, for the sake of YouTube, could I get permission, without actually showing nobody's account, security and all that, but, showing some general steps of how to go through the darn gone, through the simulator and all that in real life. And also, if we can blur out some people's names, blank it out, and show what it's like to go through a real call. But see, I probably can't even do all that because of the fact that our computers are so restricted. We can't install nothing on, like, we can't utilize no screen record software, none of that on our computer, which I don't understand why, to a certain extent. But see, I can understand though, because it's like, if I'm trying to take it off and put it on my YouTube channel, I can really see the security has with that. So but maybe it's a workaround, like if I can get with somebody higher up where it's like I can darn gonna do some promotional videos and put it maybe on the official Amazon, and of course I spruce myself up, buddy. I won't be giving y'all ratchet hood bitch with the bonnet and the night clothes. I go ahead and put on some decent clothes or whatnots for the Amazon presentations or whatnots. But yeah, they really need to update their Amazon site so people who want to be Amazon flex workers, they can actually get to see beforehand what it's going to be like. So yeah, I wish they had some videos. They don't have it like Conduin and Sutherland and America Express and so many others, Direct Interactions. You got all these other companies that have more in-depth videos showing in detail what it's like to be working for their position. But Amazon don't have no actual official videos. They have videos such as myself, people who's just telling you, but you really don't get to see what's happening. So I wish they can change that. So y'all know what my current schedule is. Sunday, I'm supposed to be working from 10 in the morning to 6 p.m. Monday, 9:30 to 6. Tuesday and Wednesday, 11 to 2. Thursdays, I am off. Friday, 9 to 2:30. Saturday, 9 to 5. That was the scrap schedule that we had. And this is another thing. There is a discrepancy in regards to the schedule. So, as flex agents, within your first 3 weeks of training, you actually darn going to get surprised with a shift bid. Now, you ain't thinking about a shift bid for production because you thinking, well, hell, I'm not even completed training. What the hell you mean I got a shift bid to do? So, the shift bid is done so many weeks in advance that by the time you get out of production, after 2 weeks, your darn on shift has already been put in for the weeks prior. So during the 3rd week of training, which they darn gonna snuck this shit up on us during the actual 3rd week versus telling us on the first day, or we would have been prepared for it, honey. We had the scraps to choose from. So hence why my schedule is the way it is. Now, this time we found out a couple days beforehand that the shift bid was opening up again. I was like, well, goddamn, this is our last, we in our last week and we got another shift bid. The shift bid is usually every 3 weeks, but now they done pushed it up to every 2 weeks. It can range from every week to every 3 weeks. So now it's in between. So 2 weeks later, we have not even started our official production schedule, and we already got a second shift bid to go ahead and put in our stuff. So it gets even better. We technically cannot do our shift bids off the clock. Now, we got screwed the first time because we had to darn pick the scraps of what everybody else had. Now, this is where the lie comes in. They said, because once we got with our managers that we're going to be in production with today, because today we got to meet our managers. We also got to meet the higher ups. We had 2 meetings today outside of training. We had a presentation with the head manager and all the other departments, and then we had another meeting with our actual team manager that is outside of our training. Our training is now done. So with that being said, our training managers are telling us that we are not allowed to do the shift bid off the clock. Now, the shift bid came just as we are off the clock, 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern, my time. We are supposed to technically wait until we get back into darn on our schedule, because we are paid for our darn on shift bids. And my thing is this: ain't nobody worried about getting paid no damn $2-3, because the shift bid only is about, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes. It's like, who the fuck is worried about damn getting paid 1/6 of a darn on, because we get paid $15 an hour unless you're in a state where it's more. So you divide 15 by 6, it's like, okay, let's divide 15 by 5 just for the simplicity purposes of it all. Ain't nobody worried about $3 damn if we can darn go and have the convenience of actually getting a schedule within our darn on, or even less, because what's 1/12 of $15? You're looking at $1 and some change. Like, who in the hell? Y'all telling us we got to wait till we are back on the clock to put in our shift bid, which for me would have been, I had to wait till Sunday. Some people had to wait till Monday or Tuesday to put in their shift bid. Now, the last time we darn going got sidetracked, blindsided by this shit, we end up picking scraps. Now we know better. So we was like, are you kidding me? So some of us came to the conclusion, we found out that technically, unlike other jobs that can monitor that we're still on the computer, like when I used to work with Conduit, they can still tell that you're on the computer. Honey, this job, once you click that you're offline, if you're still doing activities, they can't necessarily see what you're doing. Now, of course, the IT department can see if you're on any unauthorized websites. On your work computer, obviously, no YouTube, no other sites and stuff. Don't be really. You can utilize Google to pull up stuff. No person, don't be logged into your Facebook, Instagram, none of that. IT can track that. But as far as being in your, your work software and shit, they can't necessarily tell that you darn going. For example, they can't tell that you're checking your emails. They can't tell that you darn going on your Amazon Pay, material and stuff. They can't tell that you darn going doing your damn shift bid as long as you off the damn clock. So some of us came to the darn on conclusion that, we're going to plead the fifth. And then we found out that when we submit our shift bids, they don't know the exact time that we submitted the shift bid. So come Sunday or Monday, honey, for all you know, I did it right before I got into the damn darn available for work, honey. So yeah, unless they call themselves low-key checking out on Saturday, that's the only thing that's going to give us away, because they can't see the time that we put in our shift bid, but they can see that we put it in. And ain't nobody necessarily looking for it right now at this moment, unless you darn gonna work. So it's like, unless they go above and beyond and be messy, they darn gonna see that most of us was smart enough to put the shit in the day. It's like, ain't nothing they can really do about that, honey. And once again, and if they find out, what you gonna do? You want to fire us because we refused to accept $1.15, the $3 pay? Y'all want to be so adamant on paying us for darn going doing our schedule to the detriment of our schedule and fuck up our whole, because some of us got other things to do. Some of us got second job. I don't know how you got a full-time job around this shit, because it's so flexible. They even advise you that you don't supposed to have a second job while doing this. Now for me, I have the ultimate flexibility because y'all know I do a lot of gig deliveries, which I can work around. I do DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Point Pickup, etc. I'm also a licensed esthetician who is independent that can choose my own hours. So I have flexibility. But if you're working another job that requires you to work more than 30 hours and you trying to squeeze this in, that's not going to work. No. Now, if you work in another work from home job that just requires you to have a minimum of 20 hours throughout the week and you get to choose your hours, okay, you can very well darn do both of these at the same time. But I don't recommend doing this work from home opportunity with another work from home that has stationary hours where your hours are set and it's darn going to be more than 30 hours a week. But if it's more than 20 hours and you get to choose your hours at that second job, by all means, go ahead and add this one if you can. Ultimately, there's more good than bad, but they have a whole lot of stuff that they need to work on. Like I said, they need to go ahead and give us a complete darn going transfer list. That will save so many minutes in searching on the dang on, reaching out to team manager, reaching out to escalations, searching policies to try to find out a simple number to transfer somebody to. It should not take me 15 minutes to transfer somebody. That should be a 2-minute to 5-minute at max. And 5 minutes if I'm really explaining the situation that, needs thorough explaining. That's the only way that a transfer should take me about 5 minutes. But nobody should not be waiting upwards of a half hour for something as simple as a darn gone transfer. So that was irritating me. The shift bid debacle irritated the hell out of me as well. Because if you thought like hell that I was going to be screwed and have a shitty schedule twice, and even then, within the first 5 minutes, honey, how about everybody took all the morning slots? So, honey, I guess they darn gonna I guess a lot more people realize that the morning slot is where it's at, because low key, don't too many people call in the morning time. So if you're blessed, and if you want to get up early in the morning, you can basically get some free money. Because, once again, this is in Pacific Standard Time. So, if you get your behind up in Eastern Standard Time at 7 o'clock in the morning, it's 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Now, you're servicing everybody across the nation, though, so take that in consideration. But if you get a customer on but think about it, universally, ain't nobody calling in at Amazon that early, no matter where you at in the United States. Who is calling Amazon 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time? Who's calling Amazon 6 o'clock in the morning Central Standard Time? Who's calling Amazon in the morning 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time? And who in the hell is calling 4 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time? So for those first few hours, you might only get 1 phone call or 2 phone calls, and you get darn on $30, $45 only taking like 3 phone calls. Child, that's basically damn free money. 3 phone calls, and you can just basically darn on just have your headset in, and then have your phone next to you. Or you could be browsing Facebook, or doing catching up on emails and shit. To get you bank up some free money, child. That's what I was darn gonna thinking. But honey, they took all that shit. So this is how my schedule is. And I done automatically converted to Eastern Standard Time. So when I say these time slots, these are not in Pacific. But the job is in Pacific Standard Time. I just converted it over into Eastern because I'm in North Carolina. And a majority of our people are on the East Coast. I don't know why they still are adamant on having the West Coast schedule. That's another thing I wish they have. I wish they have automatic conversions. It's like how you hire a majority of people from the East Coast and we're darn going off of West Coast time. Like, why don't y'all have a system where the schedule can automatically adjust automatically based off of people's time zones. So, yeah, that was another thing. Find a way to darn gonna convert the schedule over to adapt to people's darn gone time zones of where they were working from. We need a damn transfer list. We need to darn gonna have more thorough presentations on the YouTube, on the Amazon Flex YouTube. If you don't have one, you need to create one. What else can I think of? Oh, and we need to be listening in on actual phone calls. Like that needs to be a thing. Y'all just need to disclose that you have been randomly selected to partake in a training call for new hires. Do you consent to allowing our new hiring, sales reps to listen in on the phone call? Most customers are not going to have a problem with that. So, yeah, I wish they do something like that. Just darn gonna have a script saying, hey, you've been randomly selected to partake in a training demonstration call. Your issue today with Amazon is going to be used for marketing purposes to help our upcoming trainers. Do you consent to having your information heard amongst the training groups that's about to be on the production floor as Amazon sales rep? Say something like that, polish it on up, and once again, then you can screen share and we can darn go and see what you're doing. Because certain stuff, it's like you tell us one thing, we see the little mock videos, but it's a whole different ballpark when you actually have to do that shit in real life. I think if we had more of those types of videos, that could have saved us so many darn gone stressful times within these first couple weeks doing these phone calls. But that is it, y'all. And like I said, that schedule, honey, we going to see Sunday if they mention that they seen some of us allegedly do our shift bids early. Because like I said, it's a gray area where technically we wasn't allowed to do our shift bids because we supposed to wait for the next day that we worked to put in our shift bid. So hence, if I would have waited darn on 2 days, I done told y'all the shift, within 5 minutes of us getting out of class, honey, the darn gone first few hour slots were already gone. So if the darn gone slots were going fast like that, imagine what would have happened if somebody waited 2 days. Now, I'm not confirming nor denying that I did my shift bid, but I'm telling you my hours, so you can go ahead and take from what it is, honey. I neither confirm nor deny that I did my shift bid. But once again, my hours, Monday 11 to 7, Tuesday and Wednesday, this is where shit hits the fan. Now, we're going to compare what I'm about to do these upcoming 2 weeks to now. So, right now for the next 2 weeks, I'm working Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, work Friday, Saturday. Sunday 10 to 6, Monday 9:30 to 6 p.m. Tuesday 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thursday off, Friday 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Saturday 9 a.m. to 5. Now, I was fortunate enough to get off on Sunday. Sunday I'm not working. Monday is a long day. It is 11 to 7, which I guess ain't too much of a difference because compared to what I'm about to work now is 9:30 a.m. to 6. This one is 11 to 7. Tuesday and Wednesday, I got a split shift. So it's 2 short hours combined to make a longer day. So due to the fact that the other area, the areas were blocked out, I could not work a straight shift through. So what I had to do for Tuesday and Wednesday, and this shift is going to start somewhere around, I want to say December the 7th or something like that. And I'm going to work this all the way up to like the week before Christmas. And then we do the third shift bid. So Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to do 11 to 2. And then I have 4 hours off. And I think I low-key like this shit. Because once again, our lunch breaks are, a half hour per every, 4 2.5 hours, and then for every 3 hours of work we got a 15-minute break. So, and it's a paid break, so it's like, okay. Child, so really these 3-hour days are like 2 hours and 45 minutes, but I'm getting paid for the whole 3 hours. It's only when you do the lunch break, you don't get paid for the half-hour lunch break. But anyways, this works out a little bit better for me because I get a whole 4 hours of relaxed time in between from 3 p.m. to 6. So 4 hours essentially. And that gives me enough time to edit some YouTube videos in between, watch up some shows and stuff like that for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I get off just in time to watch some of my folks who come on YouTube late night. Thursday is a short day for me, which is a blessing because, you know, I have a day to wash my hair, so I got to change my wash days again for my hair. Y'all know I'm a black, I'm natural. You know us curly girls wash our hair once a week or every 2 weeks. Even though in the wintertime, usually it's extended out to 2 weeks, I still been washing my hair every week because I have started putting minoxidil in my hair. And you don't want that building up on the scalp for 2 weeks. So now, due to the fact that I'm utilizing minoxidil and finasteride, I've been washing my hair more often. So I need a wash day. So it's now going to be Thursdays after my training. So that's 11 a.m. to 2. And then Friday is 11 to 3. Saturday is 11 to 4. So it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are my long days. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I got a little breathing room. So it's like, it worked out a little bit better than last week. The hours, believe it or not, is about an hour less. The way that this job has me feeling right now, which is why I didn't think it was ideal for us to do shift bids before we even get into the job. Because it's like, I'm not about to take 40 hours and I'm overwhelmed with doing 20 hours a week on the phones, because that's about how much we did right now this week. It's like, so I'm sticking within the 30-some hour mark. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm working like a total of, let me see, I think it's like 33 and a half hours I'm getting paid, if I'm not mistaken. Versus with this one, it came up to a total of 32 hours, which you subtract 5. Wait a minute. Half hour. Let me see. No, you subtract 2.5 hours because they don't pay you for lunch. So I'm going to get paid 31 and a half hours for the other week coming up. 33. So I'm in that 32, 33 hours a week range. I thought, here I was at the beginning of this thinking that, oh, I'm going to go ahead and put in overtime and I'm going to be working 40, 50 hours a week. I'm going to be making $22 an hour. Honey, once I got into this shit, I was like, y'all can have that. Now, by the time the second week comes up into my other schedule, like by the time December 10th comes around, if I get more comfortable into it, I will see about putting in for voluntary overtime. And I will add that to one of my shorter days. I damn sure ain't adding it to Monday, where I'm working from 11 to 7. And it's not going to be Tuesday or Wednesday when I got that split shift. I'm thinking that I would either do maybe Thursday or Friday. Because those days are 11 to 2 and 11 to 3. I just extended out a couple extra hours. And for every 4 hours of overtime that you, extra time that you put in, it actually gives you an extra hour and darn unpaid time off added to your darn metrics. So that's an extra bonus too. You start off with 8, I believe. And then like I said, for every 4 hours of overtime that you work, they add an extra hour onto your unpaid time off. So that's the in and outs of Amazon. Those are the little perks that they give you thus far from what I've learned. Y'all learned about how the shift schedule go, the shit schedule on the low for what it's been to us, honey. and my week's experience thus far. So I'm now no longer a agent in training. I'm going to be a full-fledged flex agent come Sunday morning. Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So I guess I'll be back with y'all. Oh, I don't even know how I'm going to be back with y'all on this one. So I guess I'll be back with y'all on Tuesday to give y'all my thoughts on how this experience worked out. I can't darn gonna come back on Thursday because Thursday is Thanksgiving. Friday I work a short day, 9 to 2:30, but it's like, well, hell, y'all gonna still be with family on Black Friday if you're not shopping. And then Saturday is Small Business Saturday, and I'm working 9 to 5 on that day, so it's an interesting day. Also, this is gonna be, so what's gonna happen in the next couple weeks in regards to people who watch my reviews on my Diva Wand channel. Since the shows tend to come out on Thursday, I'm going to have to actually start watching the shows live. I usually wait till the next day because I watch my folks on YouTube that come on around the same time frame. But I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm going to have to darn start watching you on the replay and watch my shows live. And after work on Fridays, I'm going to have to start doing my reviews. That's how the schedule is going to go on the Diva Wand channel for the 2 weeks. But afterwards, it can go back to somewhat normal because around December 10th to the 20-something, my schedule flips to having shorter work days on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if anybody watches me on my Diva Wand channel for my channel reviews of web series and stuff, that's how the work schedule is going to go over there. Once again, your girl is very multifaceted, honey. I do several different things, honey. I do darn gig delivery. I'm an esthetician. I'm an Amazon Flex worker. And I'm a darn YouTuber as well. So that is it, y'all. So feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.